Hey, Crystal, how you doing? I've got your final PDF up. This is really phenomenal, and I it was worth the wait. This is wonderful, just a wonderful setup. I've got a I don't know if you went ahead and submitted this to week 6 yet, but I've just got a couple of suggestions moving forward here. Now, a lot like Portfolio, you want a presentation like this to maintain consistency from page to page. Let me show you what I'm referring to. You see how that page size just changed? Well, watch, I'll show you again. And as a matter of fact, if I hit Command R, we'll bring our rulers up, and you can definitely see the changes. So do you see how that's an 8.5 page, and this one over here is a 7-inch page? And then there's some consistency, but as we can see that background, this is good. These background pages, okay, there it just changes again and again. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to set yourself up a page. Okay, this is your page, and you would use that page as your playing area for every single page of your presentation. Then you would present your work within that page with, a title and explanation, and so that you're basically setting up a grid and using it from each from page to page, so that there's no changes, no fluctuations in page size, or the text isn't drastically jumping around locations on each page. Okay, so that's my suggestion for your presentation. And even if you don't make it in this class, think about that for your final presentation for when you compile this for Portfolio. Now, of course, in your Portfolio, you're not going to include all 23 pages. You're going to start to really have to condense things. But this is what I'm talking about, is getting them all confined to the same size page. In presentation format, you would have a header and your descriptive text in the same location on every page. All right, so as far as this goes, this is fabulous. Don't forget CMYK and RGB colors here too. Really, really important, since this is a print piece. So there was your original, and I think you did a wonderful job with that. There's your original on your giveaway, and then your original work, and everything, it just looks phenomenal. But this is really this whole presentation kind of changes direction here in a second. And you have your Booth materials, excellent. And then you may even consider trying to just demarcate this area as preliminary work. Okay, so no one happens to mistake this for your final presentation. I love this page. This is wonderful. And then okay, same collateral. Okay, and then you have your craft, current work. Okay, this is where it starts to really get good. And this is wonderful, I think. This is just superior to where we were, just superior. So really, really good job there. Booth materials, outstanding. Deforestation, not so fun facts. I would say one thing I wanted to mention about this is I saw that you have this over here now. This is awesome that you have set up a grid on here. That's phenomenal. My only suggestion, or the only thing, excuse me, I really want you to think about is that if you're using center alignment, you really don't need a grid. But a grid is probably the most important tool you'll learn as a designer. So you can imagine how important it is if this were not center aligned. Okay, so for example, you've got left aligned type here mixed with center down there. That's kind of weird. And this big thing right here. What I would have done here is I would have removed that, not removed, I would have made it much, much smaller. I would have maintained that left margin, pulled this type over here and left aligned it, and then put some more informative type here, moving that QR code down here. It doesn't have to be so big. And then also, I would say this area here is kind of underdeveloped because it's just not really giving a whole lot of information. Plus, the description is above the perf. So that's, once you tear it away, you're kind of lost as to what that is. So I would include more information on that actual piece there. Okay, so, and then these are wonderful. This is just absolutely spectacular. I love it. And this is great. Don't worry about this. you know what? You're putting hand to paper and X-Acto knife and tearing and folding and cutting, and it's okay. Okay, you're showing craft. You're showing you're building it. It's part of it. It doesn't have to be perfect. Although I think that this is pretty primitive. Um, so food for thought. A lot of portfolio viewers are going to, reviewers will expect that if you are going to mock something up, that it be darn close to looking perfect. So that really means getting down in there with an X-Acto knife. And I mean, what I would do here is I would mock this. I would get a piece of cork board, real thin cork board, and I would just use an X-Acto blade to cut that out, and then I would apply the graphics, and then I would apply those other graphics here, the 8 gig. This is awesome. All right. So anyways, and then good job there. Okay, so that's what I got. I think you're doing phenomenal. Really great job. Thanks very much. Good job.